Hi everyone. So I'm back and we had some network glitches. So I'm trying to we're actually in on the hero section. So I'm trying to figure out which one is going to be best for us. So we have two. We did this and we did this. So I'm trying to see. I'm gonna do like one more, but I'm trying to see which is going to be much better. All right. So because when designing, you need to have different illustrations. So once you have different illustrations, you get to understand what you are doing. So the first thing that we are going to do here is, I think I'm going to test adding something related to this at the background. So if we look at Framer here, let me go to Framer down here. You could see that we have this stuff right here. So I'm thinking that once I can, you know, do this, I'm looking at this and looking at this. Is there any difference between what we are doing? Let me put it here. So this is our own here, what we are building, and this is what we kind of have on Framer. So I'm thinking, because we're kind of copying Framer style in a way, not fully though, in a way. So I am thinking we are going to go with that. So this is the client branding. She's using Montserrat. I am thinking that we can change it. I'm not too much of a fan of Montserrat, right? So now this is the hero section. I want to perfect the hero section. So we have this style. So I'm enjoying this style, but I feel like this section may be a hindrance that this. So with this, you have this unique um what do they call it? Like this unique section without the what do they call it? Without the this guy here. So I am thinking, should I just make here a video? I don't know. You guys can suggest in the comments what we can go with, because I am seriously thinking which one to go with actually. So without thinking too much, I want to try a third option. All right. So once we have it, I don't want to delete this because this is for this guy here. So I am going to duplicate this one here. So we are trying to make the hero section look much presentable. So let me delete this. So I'm going to remove the background. Yeah, the background, that image you're seeing is actually kind of big. Then I want to see what is actually this. I don't know what that thing is. I think it's the image. So we have the logo, right? I'm trying to see if I can do a fade out effect. So let's see if that's going to work. So I'm just going to come here. I want to do a fade out effect. Let me see if it's going to work. So if I do this, I do this, I do this. Okay. Let me arrange them very well. Okay, I think it's arranged well. Okay. Then Control D, that's to duplicate. So now I have these two here, right? And let me select this. Let me tidy it up. Then don't worry, I'm trying to do something and I want to see if it's going to work. If it works, that will be a very nice background. So what I'm trying to achieve is, if you see this stuff here, I think it's towards the end of the design. Let me check. Social media, where are you? Okay, so if you see this here, so there's this kind of effect at the background. So I'm trying to see if I can achieve this dark quiet feel. I think if we also go to Framer, we have something like that at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm trying to achieve something like that. But let's see. But I won't lie, Framer actually killed this their landing page. It's really nice. So going back to this, I think I get this. Then let me duplicate it to this side, right? So I don't, doesn't matter, it's going to arrange itself. Then I'm going to tidy, then I'm going to group. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it inside our design. I'm going to send it backward. I don't know if that is backward. Yeah. Then I'm going to reduce the opacity. Let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to put V, then I'm going to reduce it to, let's say, something like 20. No, let's say 5. 5 is going to do 5 or 2. Let's do, okay, yeah. Let's do 3. Then I'm coming, I want to try something. Let me increase it that way. Then if I give this let's say I don't know if a gradient would work on it. So this is the background, but I don't know, I'm not sure the gradient would affect it. So let me give the gradient on the what do they call this thing here? So that's this group here. Let me see if I can apply a gradient, if it's going to solve anything. So, but if I'm applying the gradient, I have to shrink it back to its normal size. So let's first of all do that first. So that's even going to show if it worked or not. So I want to apply a gradient to it. Then I'm going to click on plus. And I'm going to click on gradient here. So if, for example, now at the top, let me shift it to this side, we okay, okay, let me do something. Let me make the appearance 100% so we see what we are doing. Yeah, then the gradients, from what I'm seeing, I think the gradient itself is affecting each and every one of the layer. I want to confirm that. I'll change here to red to confirm that. Oh yeah, okay. So let me remove the gradient first. There's something I want to try next. So let me try, making here, flatten it. So if I flatten it, it's what did it do? Let me see. Converted it to a vector. Okay. Okay. So let me export it as a PNG. Don't worry, guys. There's something I'm trying to achieve. If it works, that will be a very, very good thing. I can do it in Photoshop, but I want to try it in Figma to see if it's going to work. Okay, so I'm going to export it as a PNG right now. Then it has exported as a PNG. So the reason I exported as a PNG is I want it to be in an image format whereby it's not editable. You get. So let me add a, so you could see that what I'm doing now is affecting it directly. So if I switch to gradient, you could see now that the gradient is fading out that side. So if I put it red, the gradient is, you know, red. So if I come down here, if this effect doesn't work, I'll just leave it alone. Let me pick this color and see. Okay, what I am trying to do may not work. What I'm trying to do, if it doesn't just work, I'll just leave it alone. let's give it, let me give this 100 first. Give this 100. It is not even like, if it's, if I, okay, another thing again here. Good. Okay, good. So let me see this as one, let me see this as 50. Good, 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 good. I think I got it now. So take for example now, let me, let me open it. I'm going to reduce the size so you would see where I am, what I am gunning for. So now, since our background is, let's take it to the back. So since our background is all using this color, right? So it's going to look like a fade effect. It's going to look like a fade effect. So if I make it 60, 60, and I roll it like this, you could see that it's fading. Then let's say I make here too. Okay, made here to 60. Let's see if I'm going to achieve that. Okay, no. So I'm going to make here 100. It's going to make this look like it's fading from the bottom. Then the top. Okay. Oh, okay. I get the logic now. I get the logic. I get the logic. I think I got the logic. So we're going to have this in the middle. Then I'm going to try as much as possible to, let's see. Okay, I think I'm getting what I want. So it's not going to fade so much. So now, yeah. So they'll be at the very edge. So as they are at the very edge, then imagine I now reduce the whole side of it to, let's say, 5. 5 is so much. Let's say 10. So you could get the effect I'm trying to gain, where there is going to be like a, what do they call it, a stuff from the top, like it's gradually fading in from the top and actually fading down here. So I don't know if I achieved that to the very taste. So this is going to be like the third type of, I didn't want the home page to be just plain. So now the next thing is what to, fill in for here. I wanted to still use this video, but I am thinking twice about that. So let's go for inspiration. So here, because this is a product, they get to use that. Design joy. Got to use this. Then let's see this, guys. So I think almost everyone is kind of using video or this thing. So let's try to put the video there. Let me go back to our design. And I think I'm liking this. Let me increase my lights so that I can get to see what I'm doing. So I may adjust this properly later. So I'm going to keep this somewhere as my pattern. I think the brand guide is supposed to have a pattern, all right? Just like fading in, kinda, you get the vibe. So this was our video stuff. So to me, I think it's kind of large, so we're gonna make it a little bit smaller in a way. Okay, so we have this. Then let's see. Sorry, no, that would be V. Okay, I think this works, right? This works. So once you land to the page, you get to see what it's about. You get to see the pricing and at least some brand identity. So if we want to do more serere, I'll use the word serere, we can actually make it motion. Like this stuff in the background will just be going, in motion. So that is another thing that we can do. So I'm trying to see if I apply a stroke to this, if it's gonna make sense at all. So if I apply a white stroke, faded white stroke, oh yeah, it makes sense actually. It makes sense. If I make double it, okay, I think yes, that's improved the view. Then I think this picture is looking too partyish. It's looking too partyish. So let's make it official. I was trying to make it friendly, like an advert or something. Let's make it more like an office settings. Okay, something like this. Yeah, something like this. Yes, let's go for this. Okay, so once you get to see it, um what do we do? Come here to change it. Then we change it like this. Okay, so this is more like it. So we're going to pin this, we're going to lock it so that it's not going to obstruct what we are doing in a way. And we're going to now use this. So we're going to close this down. So we're not using this again. We're going to trash this. We're going to put this one in one side. So this were the two contenders. I still kind of like this. This would have been very nice if we had a kind of continuous something here. I kind of still like this, but this gives that creative vibe. So we're going to use this. Let's bring this here as our primary stuff. Okay, so the next thing is that we're going to work on the next section. So we're going to increase this a little bit. So once we increase this a little bit, we've seen how this looks like. Then we are going to work on this section. So this section, I'm just going to bring it here. So I'm going to change the colors first to white. We have our color guide here. Sorry, I went to typography. Our color. So this is confusing. So we need to have like 80-80 space from the top to the bottom. From top to bottom. So yeah. So looking at here, do you think we can let's look at Framer. Yes, this is supposed to be something nice that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to bring in this, but it's not worked with brands. But I think I can do this. I can force the client to, because before the client started, he or she should have had worked with some persons. So we're going to force that. We're going to force that. I think I have some stuff here. Let me copy this. So we're going to force that, and we are going to have that. I'm going to bring this down, paste here. So she'll look for clients she has previously worked with. She has. I believe she does because even me, part of even we are part of the clients. So this should work. Okay, so this should work. So remember we have this stuff here. So now the first thing is I'm going to remove this background. Yes, so you see how this is a very nice demarcation from what we have here. You get, so let's look at this. Okay, we have to preview. So this is not what we had before. Okay, okay, this is nice. So we get to have this. I'm going to try positioning this in the middle. So we have this. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to look at, I don't know if we should reduce the size of this. Let's zoom in. Okay, I think reducing it to 14 even made it look better. Okay, that looks a little bit more presentable in a way. So let's check two line. Let me just clear this two line to see how it's going to look like. Let's say we are using two line. Okay, I think two line looks much better than a one liner. So what we're going to do is at Block Force, we don't just deliver services, we deliver growth, get a dedicated team for all your branding and marketing. So we're going to branding and marketing for all your marketing need, because it's a pure marketing brand. Needs. So I think this sits much well with me. So I'm going to have this here. Okay, so we have this. I think it's now a two-liner. So this is much better. So I think this is our prototype. Let's see if I can get a screen. I think our prototype can have a tablet. Show settings. What size do we have here? Our size is 1440. So 1440, what can we have as a prototype device? We have our Surface 8. Do we have any other thing we can use? Just think it's just Surface 8. So yeah. Okay. So I think let me review it again so that we can see what we are doing. Okay, brilliant, sweet. So this is it. We have our button, we have the play, we have our blocks box. So okay, this seems to be looking okay. So I think the only difference kind of with us and these guys right now is just the font. I am not digging this font yet. So I want to try something. I'm going to take it back. So I want to see if we use, because we have two fonts. I think if I'm not mistaken, they have this and icons, fonts. I'm looking for fonts, brand colors. Okay, typography. So Montserrat. Okay, Montserrat is their primary font. So if Montserrat is their primary font, we're just going to go with that. But I think I saw sans serif something somewhere. But let's try it, because if it was Inter, let me show you what Inter would do. I don't know. I have been falling in love with Inter. One other font again. Let me just disconnect first. Let me show you something. You could see what Inter did. Inter changed this to be very nice. I think I'm going to force them to change their font, because like, see the difference. If it's not Inter, they can actually try DM Sans, right? I think DM Sans. This is DM Sans. DM Sans also give it this nice looking feel that what they call it, Framer and the rest has, right? As you can see, it gives this nice feel to it. So I don't know. I don't know. I think we might talk to them to change their fonts. I'm going to design this with Inter in mind. So because I am not feeling that font, Montserrat. I've used Montserrat for a very long time. Okay, so now if I want to change all, because all the fonts now are using a custom, what do they call it? They're using style guide. So if I want to change all my style guide, all I just have to come, all I just have to do is I will just come to my plugin. I'm going to come to batch styler. So once I come to batch styler, I'm going to just select everything. Then I'm just going to change it to Inter. So by default, I'll just update. So now changing it to Inter, these guys bold. Okay, Inter has semi bold, then medium. Okay, Inter calls it regular. So updates. So automatically I've updated my style guide. So if you're wondering where my style guide is, this is my style guide here. So automatically I've done this, and I need to rearrange this because I'm getting confused in a way. So this is my dark blue, this is my black, then this is the primary color, then secondary, then we now have our grays. So we have all our grays here. So whatever I'm using here, this is all we have here. So if you are wondering how we did that, we did it in the video. So this is what we did. This is did it in the other stream. Well, you just select everything, then you right click, then when you right click, you come down to plugin. As if you have the plugin here, then you have styler. There are two types of plugin. There's batch styler and there's styler. Then you have styler, then you click on generate styles, but we already have it, so we don't have to do that again. So that is how I created my styles that you are seeing here, for those of you who are wondering. So moving up here, you can see that the whole thing about, yeah, it has changed. So let's see if, don't tell me this thing is still on Montserrat. Still on Montserrat. This thing did not apply. Let me check it again. Didn't I click on apply? Batch styler. Okay, let's start with medium. Update style. Then bold. Oh, all the bold did not do. Inter. Update. Okay, it's now that they just updated. They didn't update before. So I was wondering why. You could see that the moves, it's now looking much cleaner than before. So if I give it 60 something, I want to see if doing a large stuff is better. No, no, nope. I think that font size is okay. Okay, so I think let's move on. So this is I'm gonna remove it from DM size. So we're gonna take it to medium 12. I'm going to position it. I don't even know if this is the middle of the design. Let me check. Okay, so this is the middle of the design. I'm going to check this section, explore. So we already have our own gray. Okay, yeah, we have our own gray. So this is it. So now this section, we have two ways to go about it. So I was thinking, I saved something during my research. So we can do this. This is the service, more like the service page in every marketing thing we cover. So but let me start with this. I think once I can achieve this, we'll be able to duplicate. So first, we've started with bold, so we're going to continue with bold. So bold, bold 34. So why I reduce this is these are inner contents, so this doesn't need to be as big as the inside, right? So this doesn't need to be as big as the inside. So we have this here. Then 16 is fair, but I don't think we're using 16 here. We're using 14. So let me zoom in. So let's not be doing the design from far. Then we have this. So after that, we're going to change the content of we're going to change the contents. So I'm going to have here outer space gray, no gray, which is lighter again. I think outer space gray is lighter, so I think I'm going to go with gray. Both are just like, let me check this. Okay. Okay. Kind of like what this is giving me, but it is too dark and not readable. Then same thing here, too dark and not readable. Okay, let's just go with this. Um, what else? What else? What else? So now these places, these cards, the background color would have to change. So we are going to go with something like so no. So okay. That means we are going to introduce a new color to so I copied this from this, and if you check, I'm trying to see what they used as their color. So if we check our brand guide, do we have anything subjecting to that we can use as a second layer to okay, so I think this should work. This should work because I need a second level of dark. So Figma just using straight up black, like straight up black. I mean, be playing around with bento grid soon. I don't know how, but and where. I want to try play around with bento grid so it doesn't look too smooth. Okay, so let me pick this. Let me get this color. Let me use this tool This tool is very, very nice too. What's its name again? CSS paper. Yeah, very, very good one. So we are going to let me try it. So I'm going to come here. Did not do the job. That means it's going to be the other color. Okay. Okay, I think this is doing the job. Okay, so let's zoom out and see. Okay, this is lovely. This is lovely. But we need to have something. Oh, I should have not deleted the other one. I just noticed something. I already had content that I'd already worked on. Okay, so let's change this header. So we'll change this header here. So this one, have we changed it? Yeah, we've changed it. But we went for medium 36. Let's go for bold, large 36. So I think we have that there. So then let's see. Okay. So I think this looks fair, but I'm now looking at, okay, what can we do to replace? So are we going to be using images, and what kind of images are we going to use? Or are we going to use something like this thing here? So let me show you what I mean, so that I would carry you along. So take for example, now I have this here, and I change it to, let's say, these gradients. Now let's close it. So let me see, is it fill or fits? Okay, fill. So now if I zoom it, so I can either choose to have a, what do they call it, an icon here. So I can have an icon here, or I can choose to have an image. So let's see if an icon would work. So take for example, now I just add an extra, let's just give it 30. So to give it that dark feel. So let me go to free pick and look for marketing icons. So icons that will relate to this. So now this one we are having strategic, um what do they call it, strategic first approach. So let's just go to free pick and look for marketing icons. So the brand doesn't have custom icons that we are going to use, so we are just going to make use of this. Not AI generated illustrations or vector. Let's go to vector. Okay, we have this for free. I think this would go a long way. So that means I may have to open Illustrator. So this would go a long way. Let's use this. I am seeing a lot of stuff that we can make use of. Yes, yes. There's a lot of stuff we can make use of. That if we are going to go for icon. Let me just download it first. Then let me see. No, this just looks too much. This just looks too much. So let me just go with the one I just downloaded. We can go with 3D icons. 3D icons would have been nice. Thinking about that. Let's try 3D marketing icon. Oh, oh. This just blow my mind. Sometimes just search, don't relax on one particular thing. Okay, I am feeling this, and this is carrying the vibes of the page, like, bro. So if I'm saying bro, you know how I'm feeling right now. Like that one I just saw, killed it. It killed it. Okay, I think that is going to be okay for me. I'm not going to lie, because this would have so many other things that I'm looking for, from funnels to lead magnet to target to winning to scaling and whatnot. So this is going to go a long way. So I'm going to open it. So yeah, I know you guys will be asking how are we going to extract this. So we have no choice than to use Illustrator. So I'm going to open them in Illustrator, then I'm going to extract them. So as Illustrator is opening, before I do tongue twister, let's look at our design and see what we can improve. So this is a straightforward thing, but I would not want so much of non-image stuff to not come in, right? So I'm going to still be playing around images and making sure that it has a feel of human. So not too much icons and the rest. So this is what we have here. So on Illustrator, I want to check if there's a background. So if this is a background, I'm going to remove it. And if this is separate, okay, I like this, then what I'm just really going to do is I'm going to export. I'm just going to export here, and I'm going to just orange SVG. Then I'm going to click on export. Then just save it like this. Then after saving it like this, we're going to bring that in. So let's bring them in. So I'm going to go to my downloads, and you might not be seeing my downloads, right? Oh, this is me here. Okay, so now this is looking cool. So now take for example, this is strategic approach. We can use this. So another thing again we can do is we can ungroup. So you ungroup. So when we ungroup, we're going to have something like this. Then you can ungroup again, because I think it has several layers. Ungroup. Yeah, then I think this is the last ungroup that we're going to ungroup. Yeah, we're going to ungroup again. So now we have this. So having this, we now come here. So note, everything is going to have the same size. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this first, put this here, and click on replace. So as you can see, this is this. It may not look nice, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy back to this place. Then sometimes it's just good to be a lazy designer. So I'm going to bring this one font. I would use notes. I'm going to use this to measure this size. Then I'm going to increase it like this. So the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can have that big size or big space that we wanted. So if I copy this, I can come here, and if I click on this to replace, you can see it took that large space. So because this is auto layout, right, it favors the top more than the bottom. So I'm going to, before pasting, I'm going to remove the auto layout because right now I don't have power for auto layout. So you get, so auto layout is good. Don't, it's very good, trust me, but sometimes when I need speed in design, paste to replace, good. So we have this, and this one is content creation. Content creation, do we have something that can, you know, okay, let's see, brand identity. We have brand identity. We may not have everything here. We may not have everything here to represent, but we can still play around it. So take for example, now we have here as contents. We can remove this by out of this place here because this may not relate with content, and we use this itself. Okay, let's remove this. Geez, it has so many layers. Wow. Illustrators actually do used to try. These guys try a lot. Let me see if this is the same thing. Okay, yeah, let me just delete the group entirely. So paste to replace. Oh, I didn't remove from it, paste to replace. Okay, so we have content creation. Please, this look like a mobile phone because at the end of the day, content creation leads to purchases. Then we have brand identity. Okay, let me look at what is left. Performance marketing. This is it. This one, I can use that. Social media management. Okay, then we have influencer collaboration. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, we can use this one for influencer. So if this doesn't work, we can always change them. Can always source out for more icons to, you know, really represent. But at the end of the day, at least we're getting the idea of what we are doing. So we're going to replace this. Let me see, brand identity. Who is this guy? This guy looks like an identity. Paste to replace. Okay, this guy looks more like an identity. Okay, so I don't know. I just hope it doesn't look too how do I put it, too simple, overly simple, right? Yeah, but at least this is the first, sorry, I'm using, this is the first draft, and the first draft would always be like this. So I'll just replace this to match because those things are not copy. paste to match style, copy, 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 then paste to match style. So now for performance marketing, this does the job. Sorry, paste to replace. What did you do? Copy. Okay. So now we have performance marketing there. And we have social media management. Okay. I think this is going to work with content creation. Social media management is more like calling people to, like Avengers, calling people to come to the channel or come to the business. So I think that should work. That should work. That should work. That should work. Okay, I think that gap needed to be closed a little bit. So the last guy, influencer. Let's use a magnet because influencers are also known as magnetic people. Why are you on group? Are you in a group or something? Okay, it actually did have some. It had some what do they call these things? Some thunderbolt effect. Yeah. Something else is here that is looking like it's picking from something. Oh, these guys are not even with it. Let me ungroup for the last time to see. Ungroup. Okay. So now these thunderbolts, I'm just gonna attach them here. Let's zoom in to see it very well. Okay. So I'm going to select everything here, then I'm going to group them. So this is the good thing with what do they call them? SVGs. So copy, paste to replace. So now I'm going to give these things in the effects. I think if it's getting close to white, that would be okay. Oh, I see what happened here. Normal. Let's reduce it to 80. Let's say 40. Okay. Let's give it 20. Okay. I think that does the job. So now I think our landing page is coming to life, right? Our landing page is coming to life and it's looking okay. But to me, this is like a bare minimum, bare minimum work because I'm not yet feeling it, but yeah, at least this is progress. This is progress. We'll revisit it, right? So we can revisit it later, and we can also try images, right? So if we are not using this, we can try images. So sometimes it's not compulsory to just force yourself to let me just take these guys one side here. So we can also try images. So take for example now I took these guys out here, and let's say for illustration's sake, because you can't just do one. Let me delete this. I don't think we need this guy again. No. So for illustration's sake, let's test some things. I want to test something for illustration's sake. No. Okay, in fact, release. I don't want auto layout. Anything auto layout inside. Just release. Sorry. Not like I'm not a fan of auto layout, so but for now, I want to try something. Okay, so now since we are let me try, this is brand strategy, or let's say strategy first approach. We are going to go here and we're going to paste it. Images, sorry. Okay, photos, let's just say photos. So okay, so this looks more native, looks more down to earth kind of thingy. So we can, oh, this is premium. This is premium. These guys know, they kind of know what I want sometimes. And my premium just expired though. Oh, the amount of things you subscribe as premium per month, and you will be shocked. So okay, let's use this. I think this is also very nice. So you see what I'm going, you see where I'm getting to or getting at. So if I come here, I select this and I select image, sorry. Then we add this here. And let's just give it like 80. Okay, no, is 80 the distance? Okay, it's already at 100. So is it this that we would have to increase? Let me give it 40. Oh, sometimes I used to forget this guy here. Okay, so let's give it like 50. I want to try something. If it does not work, I'll just stop it. Because if you don't try, you never know. So white. So now, if we have something like this could work. You know, this could work. This could work. Let's duplicate this to try it. Let's see. Does this make sense at all? Does this make sense? Strategic approach. So if I leave it like this, I think it might or might not work. Okay. So let me see. Let me delete this. Delete this. Duplicate. So this kind of give color. Let me position that girl's head very well. I don't like as the head is not properly placed here. Okay. So this give it more vibrant feel, right? So let's try to change. So this one, I increased it to 60. Let's increase it to 60. So, and let me try. So this one is strategic approach. Um, what did we have here? Content creation. Content creation. Let's just take something. Yeah, I think I'm digging this. I'm digging this guy. Okay, I'm digging this guy. Let's use him. Okay, so let's go back to our design and change it. Okay, so this looks like something that might work. So let's go for, so this is so I'm thinking I will just do this or this. So this one I'm going to replace. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we have sample one and sample two. Okay, so this is another way to go about it. So we are killing two samples here at the same time. So we're having sample one and sample two. So depending on which one you guys are going in for. Let me put 50 here. Okay, so for this, let me try something like this. So we have, wow, wow. Okay, so at the end of this thing, so we have this. Let me try to see if I can give it like 40. Huh. I think this is looking captivating right now. I am feeling this. So I just tweak this. So we are shifting between two samples right now. So we are either using this or we're using either using this or we are using this right now. So I'm kind of even falling in love with this one, but I'm still gonna be moving around with this. So here now we don't have the option to say, okay, are we going to be using this or are we going to be using this? So, and this now, what I did is I removed this and I fixed this. So I feel this is looking cute. So let me, if anyone is online, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and let me know what you think about what we are doing. Okay, so I'm enjoying this actually. So we've changed this. So we're going to change the content for that. This is content creation. I'm going to come here to change this for content creation. And yeah. So I'm going to try to make sure this works very well. I'm feeling this settings. So this one you just get to see no video. That's in case you don't have video, nothing, just straight up. And once you are done with this section, you get to see what they are about, and you can just click on any one, right? So that is another idea to read. This is another idea to read. So any could work in this situation. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, I think I'm loving this. Okay, so now let's finish up this. So this is going to be brand identity. Do we have brand identity there already? No. So we're going to make it brand identity. Brand identity. Then we're going to copy the text. Paste to match style. This I need you to go to white. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we're going to revisit the grid in Control D. So we're going to revisit the gradients because I don't think this gradient has issues. So I just think what needs to be increased is, let me just try to put this at 80. Let me see how bad. Okay, good. So if we have this as 80, then okay, not that bad, not that bad. Add this as 80. Then great series, please continue with it. Thank you, Ayushi. I hope I pronounced your name very well. So yeah, I'm gonna try. Okay, so let's change this. So this is gonna be brand identity, and we're gonna go to, what are we doing here? We're going to go to this and paste it. Click on brand identity. Okay, brand identity. I don't want to use an overused design, right? So an overused design is all this particular person has been overused, like there's nothing differentiating it from the brand. But normally the company would have to get his own custom stuff for it. So let me click more. Let's see. Can we use this in our portfolio? Are you talking about the design? If you want to use this design in your portfolio, let me get let me try to understand what you're trying to say. Okay, I am trying to get a brand identity, branding. Okay, I mean to get someone. Except I don't want to just stress myself with AI. I would have. I think this is cool. Let me see if I would see options for it. Yeah, yeah. AI. These guys know what I want. Jeez, 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 jeez. This is cool. I like this. I don't want anyhow image. I don't want anyhow image. Yeah. This is like I think this goes a long way. The hands are okay. Yeah, this also goes a long way too. So I'll download both and check which plays the game that I want. So download both of them and we are going to test them. So one has downloaded, the other is downloading. Okay, so we're going to replace this one. So I'm just trying to check if everything is okay from my own end. So I'm going to try to replace this. Oh, this is perfect. I think this is perfect. This is way more perfect. This is perfect. So I don't even need to touch it. So we are going to replace this. So now we're going to change this, guys. So we're going to look for images that are closely related to it. Okay. So I'm going to first of all change the contents here. Then pick it here. So this one is performance marketing. So we're going to look for an image or okay. So that particular one I'm supposed to paste to match because it has to match the color. Then I'm going to increase these guys to I think I am overdoing it. So I'm just going to increase it to 80, 80, 80. And mind you, we're going to be designing this in elemental WordPress. So we're just designing the Figma. So because if we're designing directly on elemental, it's going to be crazy. So we have to first of all design something first, and when we are done, we're going to design more of it. So the next thing that we are going to focus on is trying to get the wordings to this. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to this place and paste performance marketing. This looks great. So let me close this. We don't need this again. No. Okay, so have we downloaded it? Let's check. Oh, we didn't download it yet. First of all, I'm going to choose fill. Then I'm going to, yeah, I think I'm going to, let me crop it a little bit. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is good for performance marketing. So it's like performance marketing, show you how everything looks like. Then we have social media management here. Paste to match style. Then once I'm done, I think we're going to replace this with this. So we have two styles. So I'm going to paste to this. So I think this is looking closer to what I like. This is okay. Well, anyways, we can always interchange. Yeah. Okay, so now let's look for social media management. I think this looks nice. Doesn't look so much edited. Oh no, it's pro. Is it pro? You've hit your daily limits. Are these guys kidding me? Um, okay, not a biggie. I think I have another account. So they got nothing on me. So I have 10 more downloads from here. So let's hope we're not going to use more of images. I doubt, but let's see. Fill, then crop, because I need to expand it a little bit. You get, so this works like social media. Then we now have the last but not the least, influencer. Okay, so for today, let's see if we can go to 6. o'clock. I am gonna try, but I am not sure. Let's see if we can paste to replace. Okay, so this is what we've done so far. So the next stage is going to be this. So we've done this. One mind is telling me to just continue with this because this is looking nice. Then, well, let's do this because this is our first trial. And once we are done with this, we would move to the next one. So it's giving all this crypto vibe, right? You know, this new modern crypto vibe of a thing. And I think I like the vibe. I think I like the vibe. Okay, let's continue. So we are done with this section. Either the client will choose this one or choose this pattern. But this pattern kind of resonates with me or the brand. I think this looks good. Oh, Bob, I need to change all this to the fonts that we are using. So we're using medium 16. Yeah. And this one is bold 16. We're using bold 16 on this, so we have to change it to the font. So we're using bold 16. Yeah. Oh no, I selected something wrong. Yeah. So we're using bold 16. No, this is medium, sorry. Bold. Did I there's a mistake here. There's a mistake in that writing. Okay, so we have this. Let's see what this looks like in the browser. Let's check. Let's see, it's loading. Not going to lie, this looks nice. This actually looks nice. Then imagine if the company had a lot of illustration like Design Joy, where we have this, like, that would have been fantabulous. But this would take a lot of time and effort. First of all, I have to draft all this. So though this is previous work, right? Then do all this stuff. Man, this is though this one is gonna be for if we are going to Elementor, when we are going to go to Elementor. So okay, so now let's get to the next section. So the next section, I'm going to do something a little bit different. So this is the section we are going to be redesigning it, but I feel there can be more to this, right? Because this is supposed to be talking about um their top skills and services that they offer. So tailored for creators, founders, and brands that want to scale. You get? So yeah. Okay. So now let's change the color to this. I'm feeling somehow. Okay, let's get I'm having inspiration for something else there. Paste to replace. What was that word? Copy, paste to match style. Okay, now, so if we have this, let me ungroup. So I want to try something different. So there are texts here. So let me just go ahead and change those texts so we can see it. And here we're just going to use this so we can see. So there are texts here. So this is explaining the services that are in the company. So we can have something here. It all depends. So can have something here, and let me just copy this right up. Don't stress myself. Just copy this right up and add to this and make sure it does not exceed. So we just keep adding to it. So more like a, so I want to check how possible this would be. Let's make this a 2-line text. Then we can have actual, let's try having something like this. Yeah. I think this should work. This should work. Is an idea. Or because we've not had the call to action for a while now. So we've not used the call to action. So let's say we don't add the call to action. What are we going to have that look like? So, and if we have something like this is explaining the services. So still taking from an inspiration like this, right? So they have some things like this where you have the services, but remember this is not a design tool, so we may have limitations to information. So I think where this would come to play would be for here. I think this is going to be nice for this section, right? So we have this here and we use this to take, for example, now there are 3 services here, that is creatives, for creatives and freelancers. So we have this for businesses. We can pick one of all this. I don't know if we still have anything relating to business here. For businesses, let's say for freelancers, and I think the last one for influencers, their key target persons, you get. So I think this word is supposed to come down here. Okay, so I think this is going to work, but I'm thinking about the call to action button. Okay, let me don't be a lazy designer. Let me try something. Let me ungroup. Let me ungroup. Then let's say I have something here. And position, positioning both of them would not, I have to touch the text itself, then position them here. uh I'm trying something, guys, don't crucify me yet. Then a button, geez, I've not done or used any buttons. That's weird. Okay, I think I have a button somewhere here. Let me check this. Yeah, so let me get a button from here. I have a design system there. So if I get a button here, there's going to be like an arrow, telling persons to go to go and view it. Or if that's not the case, this is the case. Hmm. Okay, this is just an idea. This is just we are ideating. Anything can happen. Okay, this could just be a get started button. Yeah, we can actually do this. This could work. Let me zoom in so that you see what we are doing. So I have this, then here will just be like get started. Or still book a consultation call, because that is one of the key thing to understand, because sometimes clients and pricing, they may see the pricing and they will run away. So but prompting booking calls would make it easy. But if we are using this, I think we can go with this style, or put the button here. But the button here, I think this will be better. Okay, I think this would be better. So let's create a card. Let me just delete this. Okay, so this card right here. So if I have this card and this button to book a call, and I have it here. Okay, so let me duplicate it, because sometimes when it's one, you think it's nine, so until you now duplicate it, and you find out that okay, it may not be sweet. So we're going to, I think it's tidied enough. Let's not forget we have we are building to match this, but not a problem though. I think this is nice. So the button is well arranged here. So now we can actually fix it in this section. This section is more lovely to apply a lot of that stuff there. So I think we're going to use this here. So I'm gradually leaving this design for this design. Let's see if we will run back to it. We'll run back to this design. So if we place it here, right? So if we place it here, we would have something like this. Then if we're having something like this, I think, let me get to this point. Okay, so I want it to be even. So talk about this, have a brief introduction after all this whole shenanigans and everything happening here. So let me try give this a stroke. I just feel, sorry, I think I gave the wrong thing a stroke. Should it be the call, should it be the image, or let me check what exactly is curved. I think the image is what's curved. Yeah, the image is what's curved. So giving the image a stroke, and inside, it's supposed to be outside, white. Huh. Okay. Not bad. Not bad actually, but we'll visit that later. You see that we are in one stuff, we are even having other illustrations. So we'll keep having illustrations upon illustrations as we are going. So we have this. Let's quickly change this. So now the first one that we're going to have is creatives and freelancers. So our target audience is creatives and freelancers. So we are still going to correct. So sorry, I need to yes, I think this could be larger. I think this is small. This is 16. This is mid, this is bold 16. Let's try 20. Yeah, I think that was too small. That was too small. So let's do this. Paste to match style. So we have creative freelancers, and creative freelancers, we're going to replace this. We're going to use this. Sorry, I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste to replace. Okay, so creative and freelancers. Then the second one is businesses and startup. Paste to replace. The businesses and startup, we can, let's see if there's any other stuff we can use from here. Businesses, yes, let's use this for businesses. Paste to replace businesses and startup. And then the last one is going to be influencers. Okay, so this is influencers. Then I think for influencer, we're going to change, I think these magnets kind of suit influencers. So, but this stuff, let's just leave it with magnets, because I think 100% I'm not going with this design. Yeah, I'm going with this design, but let's keep doing the alterations. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is going to be pricing. So this site, this platform is using dark mode, right? So it's using, currently using dark mode. So we're going to work on pricing next. Okay, so in doing pricing, we are going to, this is pricing here. So we're going to use this style, right? And we're going to drag it here. Yeah, there's a lot that we need to change. So this is where we work first, then we illustrate here. So we work here first, then we illustrate here. Wow, we've almost done. Well done, Abdu. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you very much. So apart from this, we're gonna work on this. Let's work on this. So now I think anywhere that there's a dark color, I don't know. I don't want to just randomly start selecting. Let's start from top to bottom. My Nigerian guys would get that reference. Okay, this is white. Then this is this. So now, what do we do? So we have to pick the color. Then we, sorry, the text, because this is not our text. So we have to be consistent. So this is, we didn't change this text. Geez, this is 40. This is medium. Let's try 30. Yes, 38 is good. So good. So remember, what we're going to use here will be this almost the same thing we're going to use in Elementor, right? So we're not just building for building Figma's sake. So yeah. So here we are going to do this by putting I think we used 36, right? Was that 36? That was weird. What are you? 36. Huh. Okay. So no, you are going to definitely be 14. We have been using, I think 16. Yes, we've been using 16 since. Yes, 16. So this is this is the reason why we have systems, so that whenever you change something, it affects your design. So we will not have to keep changing it. So we're still going to illustrate, but let's go. Let's keep going. So here we are just going to change these guys to white. Why did this guy not change? I think we had two. We only changed one. Okay, good. So we have white, but I'm trying to. I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling this. So let's try to make this one, because this is the primary one. Except we want to say, okay, in as much as this is here, I'm coming. I want to try something. Why is the stroke difference? Okay, so then I want to try to change the color to blue. So does this make any difference? Does this make this stand out? Because I want them to feel like, okay, this middle plan is the main thing. So let's try giving the background. Let's try giving the background this color. I know it's shouty. Yeah, it's shouty. Then remove the stroke. Ooh. And we don't have something dark. No, 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 not me and you. I'm not I'm not enjoying it. Okay, let's give it this color, the background. We didn't save this color code. Jeez, and we've been using it for a while now. We didn't save this. Please, let's save this color code, and we change it everywhere. So in case we want to change it or adjust it, we can adjust it everywhere. So how do we do that? We're going to go back here, and we're going to add a color code. This is black. This is this guy. So I'm going to change this. Yeah, so we're going to change this. I'm going to call it light dark blue. Okay, then I'm going to add it to what do they call it, plugin. We are going to add it to our styler, then generate. Why are you taking time to generate? It should generate. My network is good, so why misbehaving? Okay, done. Created two. Why did you create two? Let's see why it's saying two. So we have that's weird. These are not my color, and it did not add what I told it to add. I'm deleting this. This is not me. Delete this. This is not me. Why didn't it add you? What's wrong with you? Let's do that again. Generate. Okay, good. So we're gonna come with the big boys here. Okay, so I'm going to be changing. That's, you see why it's good to do it in the beginning. So I'm going to stress myself now doing this. But anyways, there's select more than one item. So we're going to batch to them. So we're going to come here and we're going to select this. So just in case we will modify it, we don't have to be, going up and down to modify it. Yeah. Okay. So why I did that was I wasn't planning on testing this area. So I was trying to test if this would work. Let's see the background feel. I'm going to change it to this. Okay. I'm not feeling it. Okay, maybe it's because of these things are shouty. Maybe because these guys we may end up not using them. But we'll still use them. Let me just keep them. We'll still use them. So let's say I reduce their color or I change it to this. Good. Oh man, I had to go school. Design. If I was design school. Okay. So here I'm going to add something to it. I'm also not a fan of this. This is true. I'm going to reduce the. I may probably make it a gradient. We'll try that. We'll try that. Right. Let me first of all do this first. What size is that? 14. Um, this is medium, right? Medium 14. Then we are using this color on it. Okay. So now, if we have this, we are still working on it though. The stroke. So if I say let me make the stroke gradient, let me play around. Where is gradient sir? Wow. Okay. So geez, sometimes just try. Okay, I'm feeling these gradients. So but the gradient at the top, I'm gonna slightly reveal this, right? So it's not that shouty anymore. You could see how, or I just hope I'm able to do this with WordPress. Ah, okay. Let's not panic. Let's not panic yet. Um, Let me change this, and I'm gonna change. I'm checking my mic because I've used this mic for close to. We're already running almost 2 hours. Wow, that's lovely. We're running almost 2 hours. So I'm gonna choose this. Which should I choose? What did I choose before? Okay, yeah, sorry. Then these two. That's like our subtle color. We're gonna use this. Then I think this kind of does the job, right? So can I copy style? Not copy properties. Paste properties. Uh-huh. Nice. Copy. That's a lazy way to do a job. Paste properties. So let me see if I can do something. Take for example now, I make this a little bit blue. I make this a little bit blue. Oh, jeez. Man, if you guys know what I'm feeling here. Okay, then I still cannot still make it blue, but I'm going to make it light. No, deep, yes. That's the idea. That's the idea. Uh-huh. This is looking appetizing. yeah, doesn't look so. Let me reduce other things that are making it shouty, right? So like this guy here, we're going to change. I'm change it for this too. God help me, I'm able to do this on Elementor. Well, I think Elementor should be able to do gradients, right? Well, I don't know if they're going to be able to do the gradients on strokes or shadow. I've not attempted that, to be of truth, but we're going to see if that's going to work. Okay, so I think our pricing is already coming to life. Mm, everything here should be this. Okay, build monthly. I think I should leave it at build monthly. Yeah, so it's not going to look per user, build monthly. It's not yearly. This is monthly. This is a month plan. Okay, good. Raise it up. So I think, do we need to do anything? Or is it too shouty? There's so many whites. If there is anything you guys think I can do to it, I feel it's kind of still shouty in a way. But I guess this is the idea. I think one thing we can reduce is this. Let's just try to see if we can do something to this. I feel okay. I think yeah. This has made it less shouty. So the only thing that is shouty right now is the price. It's like, hey guys, this is me. This is what I want you to click. Okay, okay. Okay, so let's amend the text. So we're gonna put all this text in 14. 14. Get why? So just in case we want to edit them later in future. So this is 14 too, but 14 bold. 14 semi bold in a way. Mhm. Okay, then here's what 12. Okay, so as you can see, why this is very easy for me is because since when I've been building, I just created a style guide that ranges from 64, 38. So it is easy for me to just, spread it across different sizes. So once you do that, you won't have issues. Your life would be going smoothly. Okay, because you're not meant to spend so much time on this, except that person paid you close to like 5M naira, and then you can now spend your life the way that you will transform some certain things. But sometimes you do a design as if they paid you so much because that's going to help you. So you don't have to wait till they pay you that much. But there are sometimes when the clients pay less, you feel, you know, less motivated to work. So it happens. Okay, so now I think this is okay. This looks okay to me. I don't know if it looks okay to you guys, but like I said, I can sleep and wake up tomorrow and I feel like I want to change it. So let's just copy this and also share it here because we are working with two um we're working with two designs. So anything that we don't feel right here, we change it in the other one. So I feel our pricing is okay. There's nothing so much you can do to make it except there's a weird thing I can do here. There's a weird thing I can do, but let me just leave it to that. Let it not be over design. Okay, so we've done this. So looking at this landing page, I think this is the one that we might be going with. I feel here can change. I am having the feelings that this would change. This could change to an image or something. But let's see. So the next section that we would be treating is how to get started. So I think for this stream, this is where I might be drawing the curtain. So tomorrow we are going to now take off, um, get started. We are going to be doing what our clients are saying, FAQ, then footer. Whoa, we still have a lot to go. So I think this is almost 2 hours of us talking, and yeah. So you can also, okay, I've not shared this publicly. So based on what you've seen, you can come back here. Same time, I think 12 tomorrow, 12:30 tomorrow, same time, same venue, YouTube. We're going to come back to this design and we are going to modify it. So we are, like I said, we are left with other sections to create. There's still more sections to go. And I feel we can touch up this design so it's not gonna look boring. Okay guys, so bye for now and see you in our stream tomorrow.